Hello, it's 𝘎𝘂, your meditation coach. And today I'm going to talk to you about emotions. Do you feel like your emotions control you? Do you feel like your emotions are the ones in charge instead of you? And is that something you wish you could change? For me, I used to wish that I didn't have emotions. I felt like they were always getting in my way, right? My emotions would cause a different version of me to show up. And a lot of the times I didn't like the version that showed up, right? I mean, in every situation, there's the ideal, this is how I want to handle it when this kind of situation comes up. But then when you're in the situation and then an emotion gets triggered, all of a sudden that emotion takes over. And whatever you had planned on how you were going to execute and be and respond goes away, right? It's the emotion that starts to take over. The emotion is the one that responds on your behalf. And I just found that I was constantly doing this dance of regret. I would have an incident. I would get angry about something, and then I would be that anger, right? And then I would either lash out or I would respond with that anger so infused in me. And then afterwards realize, okay, I was way too harsh. I could have showed a little more compassion, or you do the whole analyzing and regret thing, and then you say, okay, next time I'll do better. Next time I'm going to, I'll handle it better. I'm gonna try and show more calm. I'm gonna try and show more grace. But yet it happens again, and the same thing keeps happening. So I just found I was in this dance with my emotions for the longest time. And it didn't help that when I looked up my astrology sign, in Chinese, it's a fire snake. And I'm like, fire, anger, oh my God, I can't get away from this emotion, anger. It's like in my genetic makeup or something, like I'll always be dealing with this fire in me. I'll always be dealing with this anger. Like for me, as you can see, anger is the one emotion that I find is constantly tripping me up, right? Always making me do things that I don't really want to do. It's just that when I feel it, I start becoming this other person that the anger is bringing out. I'm happy to tell you that meditation can actually help you with this. It has helped me immensely. And what it's done is I've learned to see that my emotions are actually there to give me information. My emotions are there to provide feedback, right? And once I understood that, I was like, oh, I don't have to be my emotion, right? I can feel my emotion. I can acknowledge it, but I don't have to act it out. I don't have to let it consume me. So how do you get to this place, right? How do you get to that place where you know that innately, right? You know that meditation can help you with this, because when you are meditating, you are connecting to yourself, right? Once you learn how to use the breath as an anchor, once you learn how to use the body as an anchor, and once you learn how to deal with your monkey mind, you fall into this space of stillness. And in that space of stillness, you start to connect to yourself. And in that process, you start to get to know yourself. And as you get to know yourself, these kind of things start to come up, and you start to become aware of them, right? You start to become aware that anger is something that comes up a lot for me, right? And so in meditation, I would look at the anger. I would look at situations where the anger came up, and through diligent practice, through daily practice of observing, being with my thoughts, being still with myself, eventually what happens is this relationship forms with yourself, and you start to see things about yourself. You start to understand things about yourself, right? And that's the key to change: awareness. Being aware of something. You can only change something when you're aware of it. If you don't know, how can you change it, right? So when you meditate, two things happen. You start to get to know yourself because of the time that you spend being quiet with your mind. The second thing that happens is you're also practicing being present. And then when you be present, and when you're practicing being present, you're actually being mindful. And then because you're practicing this in meditation, eventually the skill is going to show up in your life. And then what happens is you start having moments of awareness, moments of mindfulness, right? And then because you've been doing the work inside the meditation, because you've been looking at yourself, you've been paying attention to yourself, when you have that moment of awareness of that emotion, and you become aware that that emotion is coming up in you, then you can go, okay, I'm feeling it, I recognize it, I see it. Now I'm going to pause, and then I will respond. And if you can get yourself to that place, then when you're responding, you're not responding from your emotion anymore, right? You're responding from a neutral place. And meditation will get you there. It's going to take time. It's going to take practice, right? But it will get you there. So, and that is what I offer. I offer two types of meditation that you can try. The first one is the drop-in class. So if meditation is something you've been thinking about and you're really not sure if you want to try it, you hear all the benefits, then come try my drop-in class, right? No commitment. You can try meditation. There'll be hands-on practice. I'll walk you through a couple of guideds. We'll talk about the basics of breath. And then you can at least try meditation with somebody supporting you. And that way, my sessions are set up so that there's group discussion to follow right after. So anything that comes out for you in the meditation while you're practicing, it can be addressed right away. And then for those who know that they do want to meditate, and you're just having a little bit of trouble getting a practice into place, then I recommend my 5-week meditation course, where I will walk you through breath, I will walk you through body awareness, I will walk you through thought awareness, and then I spend a week on mantras and self-care. And then we also talk about some chakra clearings. And in the course, you get a guided meditation released every 3 days. So at the end of the 5 weeks, you will have 15 guided meditations, and they all build on each other. And then there's weekly sessions where we can all get together so that whatever's coming up for you in your practice, you have a place to go to ask questions, get feedback, and also meet other like-minded people who are also trying to get into meditation as well. So if meditation is something you want to try, I have two ways for you to try it. You can try my drop-in class, or you can try my course. Both options are available in my bio if you check the link. All right, so that's it for today, and stay tuned for more tomorrow.